In this video, we're going to review how to configure and send emails to your contacts. Before you start, there are a couple of prerequisites that need to be completed. One of them is a technical setting to verify your domain, which is going to be under Accounts, Email Sending, Settings for Inbox Delivery. There's another video and lots of documents how to complete this step. This will affect emails going to inboxes or not. You also want to make sure your contacts, before you start sending messages, are tagged and assigned to appropriate subscriptions. You want to have your contacts imported, and you want to have a template created. There are separate videos and documents for all these steps. So you want to watch those videos first and read the documents before you start sending messages. So when you're ready, go to the messages page and click the create message button, and this will show you all the templates that are available for you. Starting with custom templates that either you made in the account yourself or an administrator made these templates available to you, followed by templates that are available for everybody. These are stock templates that are by default available for all customers. So we're going to click on this custom template and start the message configuration and sending process. It's always a good idea to start just giving it a name. And this is going to be my newsletter for September. And I'm also going to paste that into the subject line field just to get it started, and then go back and build the message. So what you want to do here is finalize the content of the message, any last minute changes to content and styles, replacing images, adding your content formatting, which you can do by clicking on the content blocks, and this is where you can update formatting and styling for the message. Everything is done in a way that it does not require you to edit code of the message. Everything is in this visual interface, mostly using different sliders or other components, so you don't need to go into the HTML view to do any coding. Once this is completed, once the message is finalized, then you can go to the next step, is to configure. Basically, you want to go from left to right and work your way through these tabs, so by the time you go to send, everything will be all set up for you. So that's the message name. Then the sender. Where's the message coming from? This is going to show up in the inboxes of recipients. We have one sender right now. You can add multiple senders and choose which one you want to use for the message that you're sending right now. This notification, if you see this, it means your domain is not yet verified. So you want to wait until your IT completes that step in order to maximize inbox delivery. Then you want to fill in a subject line. Optional, you can add a preheader text as well. And if you like, you can start an A/B test, which is basically a test to maximize opens for your emails. You can test based on a number of variables. For example, you can have a subject line, two different versions. And what happens here is 10% of your list will receive the email with this subject line, another 10% with the second subject line. Wait a couple of hours to see which one of the subject lines resulted in more opens, and the remaining 80% of the list will receive the message of the binning version of this experiment. This is completely optional, but this is where you can set it up. You can decide now if you want to add this message to the public archives page, which is a page that lists messages only if you check this box. When you click here, this is an archives page. This could be branded to change the colors. You can change the headlines and everything here. So this will include a list of messages ordered by date and their subject lines for people to see. So in case you missed it, here are some previous messages that we sent, that sort of thing. You can link to this page from your website, from your social media accounts, and so on. It's a good way to allow people to catch up with previous content. Keep in mind, this page is public. So don't put any confidential information on any messages that you decide to show on the archives page. So that's where you can decide to show or not a message on the archives page. Stats to receive by email, so you will get an email with basic information, opens, clicks, unsubscribe, bounces, etc. to an email address after a day the message was sent, and you can add additional emails if you want someone else to receive that message as well. All right, so now we're going to go and select who receives this message from us. This is a two-step process. First, you select recipients based on their subscription status, and after that, you can narrow this selection based on some other criteria. So we are going to focus on opt-in messages here. There is another video and more documentation for anybody who is sending mandatory content. So we leave this opt-in, which is the default setting, and select the subscription. Which of the subscribers will this message be sent to? These are opt-in subscriptions that your contacts can sign up to receive, and also they can opt out self-serve from these subscriptions. So we're going to select a newsletter example, and now it shows that there are 22 people who are currently assigned to this newsletter subscription, and there are no exclusions because there is nobody right now who have unsubscribed and nobody has an invalid email address. This changes later, and as people unsubscribe, if emails bounce and become undeliverable, those emails will be excluded, but right now there are no exclusions, so that means the final tally for the send is also 22. You can click on these numbers at any time to see who are those contacts if you want to double check. So this will show those 22 contacts. And sometimes this is enough. You want to just send to a subscription and have no other restrictions in your send. If you'd like to, however, narrow down your recipient list based on tags or segments, you can do that. So for example, if you want to send the message to newsletter subscribers, but only those contacts who are also taking the cybersecurity courses, then you can narrow down by tags, and you can add more than one tag here. And right now there is also no exclusions here because this is a sample account. A lot of these actually don't have any contacts assigned to them. So see if I can find one there. This changes. No, not right now. So, but this does change if I select the tag that has contacts assigned to them, and that way you will see the updated number on the side as well. Again, this step is optional. Use it only if you like the narrow selection that you entered on the first step here, and you can also use a segmented narrow selection as well. All right, so after you're done with this step, you selected your recipients, you can go on to the preview tab and see how this message looks on a wide desktop screen, and also see how it looks on the mobile screen. Every message is by default going to be responsive, which means they're optimized to look good on mobile screens as well. You can also preview this message as another contact to see how a specific individual in the account will see this message. So if you have fields in the message, merge fields, for example, that says hello, first name for salutation, you can double check to confirm that those merge fields are coming through correctly, which is maybe especially helpful for the first couple of sends when you're still just learning the system and you want to have the extra level of feedback to make sure everything works well. So the way it would work, I can add quickly a merge field here. Hi, first name, for example, and when I preview this message as a contact, so let's find an example here. So this one here with the email address 37 example, we expect the first name will come through as James on that message, and this person is part of the alumni group. Okay, so we're gonna go here, go back to our message and preview it as that individual, and now we can see that they will see their name here, so that looks like that merge field is working correctly. There's another personalization that you can use in addition to merge fills that I just showed you, which allows you to show or hide an entire block of content based on how contacts are tagged or what they're subscribed to. This is a completely optional setting, but it's very handy, and I'm going to show you how this works. So here we're going to go click on settings and click on dynamic content. And I'm going to select tag equals alumni. So this means only contacts who are tagged with this alumni tag will see this content, which includes the headline, the text, and you can add images here. You can add anything here. Only contacts with alumni will see this. You will now see the dynamic content note here, so you know this part of your message is not static. So if I preview this message now as this person again, we saw previously that this person had the alumni tag for their contact record, so it shows up for them. They see this content. Now if I preview this as another person, so let's find somebody who does not have alumni. So this person has alumni. We're going to delete this right now. Okay, so address 19 does not have alumni anymore. So we're going to go back and preview this as this person. And now you can see that the entire block of content is missing because this is how dynamic content works. So that's how you can control to show or hide an entire block based on how contacts are tagged or what they subscribe to. This is handy if you're sending messages that need to say something a little bit different, but instead of sending 4, 5, 6 separate messages, which by the way runs the risk of duplication, this will allow you to send a single message with slightly different content based on the interest of your recipients. All right, so we're done with preview, and now we're gonna go to test. This is where you can send an email to yourself or your colleagues, anybody who should see the test messages. This yellow note will go away once your domain is verified, and you can send an email here to any address. Your email is pre-filled. You can add a comma-separated list of contacts here, or you can actually define recipients that you send commonly and who will show up here later on, which will make it easier for you to select those contacts later. It's all going to be under account, and it's going to be under email campaigns, and this is where you can put in the test recipient list. So I'm just going to put in a few email examples here. So those are my list of contacts that I send tests to very frequently. So if I go to select the test now, send a test, they'll show up here, so I can very easily include them in test messages. I don't have to type those messages, so those emails manually each time. You can also add a note to test emails, which will appear on the top of test messages only. This note does not appear in the final email, only in the test email. So, hey guys, what do you think of the second image? We change it for this message, whatever. So this can show up in the test message, and when you're ready, just click send test. You can send unlimited tests. It doesn't cost you anything, and test emails should arrive within a minute or two to inboxes, and that's where you can check out how these messages work. And finally, when everything is all configured, now you're ready to hit send, and this page is an overview to confirm everything is set up correctly. So it's sending from that email, going to that many contacts, and you can send it at a future date and time. So this is where you can select these messages to be scheduled, or if this date is right now or in the past, then if you hit send emails, the messages will start sending immediately.